The following program contains mature subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
This next headline has a lot of people seeing red because a woman recently admitted to swimming without a tampon during her menstrual cycle. And in today's day and age, obviously anything like this sparks a debate, and this had a heated debate going on a mommy message board. The woman said she wouldn't do this on her first day, but it was the 5th day and her flow was lighter. She couldn't understand why her sister or anyone else would be bothered. Join us now, OB-GYN Dr. Millie Behera, to discuss this, because it led me to some questions as a man, because menstrual cycles happen monthly. Women should be allowed to enjoy pools, just, you know, but this headline got people really upset.
Truth is, the whole idea does make everyone uncomfortable, and there's a little bit of that gross factor, especially if it was a heavy flow day. But the facts are is that really, based on the chlorination and the decontamination of pools, in general, a lot of these viruses and bacteria are oftentimes already killed. So there really is no proof of an infection being passed that way, particularly sexually transmitted diseases, HIV, hepatitis. There really have never been any reported cases. However, the only time you do worry about pathogens in the pool is really when you're talking about fecal contamination or lice and things like that. So there are some myths out there that the cold water closes the vagina and there is no flow. It's not necessarily true. It's not the same as when men hit cold water, but you know, but we really do.
We prefer the hot tub.
We're hot tub kind of guys, yep.
But just the anatomy of the vagina for women is that the vaginal space is a closed space, so the walls are collapsed and it's not an open space. So if with movement and with heavy flow, there can be passage of fluids, but otherwise it's relatively.
So is the best thing to do as a woman, if it is a heavier flow day, just to use a tampon right before you get in the pool? Because if the tampon's saturated, it doesn't really, it's still gonna.
Right. You want to change more often and to have a tampon in, especially if it's a heavier flow day, so you don't have to sit back and miss all the fun.
I mean, with everything out there, I mean, there are babies with swim diapers that may have feces in them laden with bacteria. There are women who may be swimming with a tampon that isn't freshly changed. I mean, there's a lot of material.
I think this gets back to...
So I think Dr. Behera's point is well taken, that there's chlorine in these pools. It's going to clean out most of it, but shower before you get in the pool, shower after you get out of the pool.
But let me make a comment, and I think that you all would agree with this.
Bikini bottoms and waterproof bathing suits out there, so just don't wear a white bathing suit on that day, but you know, you can protect yourself.
But it does highlight an important point, which is we always assume that these pools and hot tubs do have the proper amount of chlorine or salination, and the truth is a lot of times they don't. So I think just being aware of where you're swimming, getting back to these vacation apps, if you're just hopping in a pool, you know, just make sure that everything is good to go.
Appropriately clean.
And if you're renting your place, assume the worst.
Yeah.
Yes.